As the clock ticks, JAMB approaches closer than ever before. The dawn of a new day beckons at the most anticipated examination in Nigeria. Anxiety must have started setting in. You know what I'm talking about. But trust me, the examination is not meant to be dreaded, just as people are scared of it. In this video, I will show you the things that you are expected to do before you write UTME. If you are writing this forthcoming UTME, you are expected to know these following things. The first of it is that you have to check your eligibility. When we talk about eligibility, it simply means what qualifies you for an examination. We are aware of the 18-year rule or the 18-year policy that the former Minister of Education tried to bring in. This would have prevented so many candidates that will be sitting for the next UTME from writing the examination. I can also assure you that as we speak currently, irrespective of how intelligent a candidate is, irrespective of how brilliant he is, if the candidate does not meet up with the eligibility requirements, he will not be permitted to write the examination. He might try the examination, but ultimately will not gain admission into any tertiary institution. You must have it at the back of your mind that the eligible age for gaining admission into any public tertiary institution in Nigeria is 16 years. So, if you are yet to turn 16 before 1st of October of the year of admission, it might be very impossible for you to gain admission into any university in Nigeria. But that might exclude some private universities. So you have to check your eligibility. Check if you will turn 16 before the 1st of October in the year that you are applying for admission. The second part of it is that you have to choose your institution and course wisely. It is no longer in news that even students that scored so high in the previous UTME, as a result of their bad choice of institution, they ended up not gaining admission. I have seen students that scored above 300 and they did well in their O-level, but just because of institutional bureaucracy or bottleneck, they were unable to gain admission in the year of admission, whereas people that scored far lower than them gained admission to study the course that they want to study in that same institution. So some of those things to look out for when you are choosing any institution is that you have to consider if you are from the catchment area of that institution, if it is a federal institution. If you are not from the catchment area of that institution, you have to also consider if you belong to the educationally less developed states. The educationally less developed states, that is the ELDS, are the states that have been categorized as not having access to proper education. So for this reason, the institution consider reducing the cutoff for students from some of these ELDS. You can check the description below to see the list of the ELDS in Nigeria. Another thing that you have to consider is the quota and the competitiveness of the course that you are applying for in that your desired university. It is possible that the institution is permitted to only admit 100 students for a particular course, let's say medicine. If you applied for medicine in that institution and you have over tens of thousands of students that applied to that university for that same course that you applied to, one thing that the institution will do is this. They will consider those things that I've mentioned earlier, which is number 1, catchment area, number 2, ELDS, number 3, merit. If you do not fall in any of these, you might be given another course by the institution, or better still, they will not even give you any course at all. So you have to consider the institution you are going to. You also have to consider the choice of course you are applying for. If you do not meet up with the requirements, or you know that as we speak, you are not prepared and you just want to go to school, please choose other courses that you know that are less competitive. Another thing that you also have to commit to your heart is if you are applying to any state university in Nigeria, have it at the back of your mind that every state university has the policy of giving 70% of the applicants who are the indigenes of their state. They will give them admission first before they will consider every other person. The only thing that might exempt you from falling into the pitfall of state policy is that you must be on JAMB merit list. And to be on JAMB merit list, you must have scored above 300. So the next thing on the list is that you have to gather the required documents. The required documents that we are talking about are your SSC results and your NIN. Let me talk about the SSC results. It is no longer in news that if you want to apply for admission in any tertiary institution in Nigeria, you must have made 5 O-level credits in all the relevant subjects. This will include mathematics and English and other subjects that are relevant to your course of choice. You must also understand that the relevance of these subjects to your course of choice must also be in tandem with the subjects you wrote in your UTME. The next one is that you must have your NIN, because without your NIN, you will not be able to do anything. If you still have problem getting your NIN, you just have to look for every way to resolve it. Because with NIN, you can generate your profile code. If you have not generated your NIN, you will not write the examination. The next thing on the list is that you have to create your JAMB profile code. This JAMB profile code is a 10-digit unique number that is attached to every individual that is writing UTME in Nigeria. The JAMB profile code is generated by sending NIN, capital letter, space, and the number itself to 55019 or 66019. If you have not generated your profile code, do that now. But one thing that you must have at the back of your mind is that before you can generate your profile code using any network, you must have at least 15 naira on your mobile phone as airtime. Next thing is that you have to familiarize yourself with JAMB Syllabus. JAMB Syllabus is a document that contains the list of all the topics and the subtopics that a candidate is expected to know before writing an examination. If you are going for the examination and you do not have the syllabus, or you've not gone through the syllabus, you might probably be reading what you should not be reading for the examination. The smartest way to study is simply by using the syllabus to study everything you want to study. If you want to get JAMB Syllabus, check the description. And the next thing is you have to practice with CBT. Practicing with CBT will keep you in good shape. It will set you under the examination condition that you are going to face on that day. So I will implore you to explore all the CBT apps, or better still, choose the one that you consider to be the best for you and treat CBT all the time. Some CBT are advanced to the extent that they will keep you informed of the topics you are still struggling with. They will also give you correction to all the past questions. What I'm saying invariably is this: if you have not purchased a physical or a hard copy past question, if you have a system at home, you can always practice, because you have plethora of past questions in the CBT, and the explanation to each question is embedded in the CBT when you are doing the correction. Next thing on the list is that you have to stay informed. To stay informed means you want to gather as much information as possible before you write the examination, or even after you have written examination. This will increase your chances of gaining admission into the university of your choice and to study the course of your choice. You can get informed by joining our WhatsApp and Telegram groups. On this platform, we share information about admissions into any tertiary institution in Nigeria generally. The next thing you have to do is that you have to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification, because once you subscribe to this channel and you turn on the notification, this will give you the opportunity to get any information firsthand whenever we drop any helpful content like this. I am Shiju Adeolushola Samson from Akadai's Tutors. I will see you in the next one. I wish you success in your examination. Thank you.